Arena rock in the 1980s carried a strange promise. These songs were built for crowds so large you could disappear inside them. Yet they kept speaking directly to private fears about belonging, escape, survival, and belief. The louder the chorus, the more personal the stakes felt. What made these songs endure wasn't just volume or hooks. It was the way they turned individual longing into something communal, and then asked the artists to carry that weight night after night. Number 1, Africa, Toto. There's something almost dreamlike about the opening of Africa. Like stepping into a memory you're not sure is yours. The tension lives in that contrast. A song inspired more by imagination than reality, becoming a global anthem. Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the David Paich famously wrote the lyrics before ever visiting the continent, drawing from late-night documentaries and romanticized ideas of distance. Released in 1982, it quietly climbed before eventually reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. An unlikely fate for something so gentle. Over time, the song escaped Toto's control, reborn through memes, covers, and endless sing-alongs. It proves that sometimes sincerity, even when imperfect, travels farther than accuracy ever could. Number 2, Don't Stop Believin', Journey. Don't Stop Believin' feels like motion. Trains, streets, late nights that smell like possibility. What gives it power is the unresolved ending. The chorus never truly lands, mirroring the emotional suspension it celebrates. Steve Perry's lyrics were shaped by his own uncertainty after moving to Los Angeles, chasing a future that wasn't guaranteed. Initially, the song stalled at number 9 in 1981, respectable but hardly legendary. Decades later, its use in film, television, and sports culture transformed it into a second life anthem. Journey wrote a song about hope without closure. And listeners decided that incompleteness was exactly the point. Number 3, Jump, Van Halen. The first notes of Jump feel like sunlight hitting metal. Bright, risky, impossible to ignore. Its tension came from within the band itself, as Eddie Van Halen's synth-driven vision clashed with expectations of guitar dominance. Recorded during sessions for 1984, the song marked a turning point, even foreshadowing fractures that would soon follow. It soared to number 1, becoming Van Halen's biggest hit. Yet that success came at a cost. Fans debated authenticity, and the band's internal balance shifted. Jump isn't just about taking a leap, it's about what happens after you land somewhere you didn't expect. If this kind of reflective rock storytelling resonates with you, it might be worth sticking around. 4, You Shook Me All Night Long, AC/DC. This song carries a feeling of release, like laughter after surviving something heavy. You Shook Me All Night Long was AC/DC stepping forward after loss, recorded for Back in Black following Bon Scott's death. Bryan Johnson's voice sounded both celebratory and defiant, grounding the band's rebirth in pure physical joy. It became their highest charting US single, reaching number 35, a modest number that belies its cultural reach. Over time, it turned into a rite of passage at shows, weddings, and sports arenas. Sometimes survival doesn't need to sound solemn. Sometimes it sounds like volume, sweat, and momentum. 5. Eye of the Tiger, Survivor. There's a pulse to Eye of the Tiger that feels almost physical, like a heartbeat under pressure. Written specifically for Rocky III after Sylvester Stallone requested something with grit, the song was built around discipline and endurance. It spent 6 weeks at number 1 in 1982, instantly tying Survivor's identity to cinematic determination. The challenge came later, living up to a song that symbolized resilience for millions. It followed the band everywhere, whether they asked for it or not. Eye of the Tiger reminds us that motivation can be empowering and exhausting when it becomes your defining role. 6. Rock You Like a Hurricane, Scorpions. Rock You Like a Hurricane arrives with a sense of controlled chaos, the kind that makes an arena feel dangerous and alive. Its tension lies in how unapologetically physical it is. Desire, power, momentum, all distilled into a single riff. Written during sessions in the south of France, the band reportedly struggled with lyrics until Klaus Meine found words that matched the song's raw force. Released in 1984, it became the Scorpions' breakthrough in the US, cementing them as global headliners. Over time, the song turned into a shorthand for excess itself. When energy becomes identity, there's no easy way to turn the volume down. 7. We're Not Gonna Take It, Twisted Sister. This song feels like defiance with a grin. The sound of rebellion simplified into something everyone could shout. The contrast is striking. A cartoonishly catchy chorus delivering a message about resistance. Dee Snider wrote it as a response to authority figures dismissing youth culture, never expecting it to become a generational chant. It peaked at number 21, but its real impact came through MTV, where the over-the-top video made Twisted Sister unlikely cultural lightning rods. The band spent years both benefiting from and battling its image. We're Not Gonna Take It proves that protest can become pop, and pop can outgrow its creators. 8. Home Sweet Home, Mötley Crüe. There's a tired tenderness at the heart of Home Sweet Home, like the quiet moment after the lights go out. The tension comes from vulnerability appearing in a band known for chaos and excess. Nikki Sixx wrote it while wrestling with loneliness on the road, turning exhaustion into a piano-led confession. Released in 1985, the song gained massive reach through MTV and later became a staple of farewell tours. Fans raised lighters, then phones, transforming it into a shared goodbye ritual. When a band built on rebellion pauses to admit longing, the honesty lingers longer than any anthem. 9. Here I Go Again, Whitesnake. Here I Go Again carries the feeling of restarting after heartbreak, equal parts confidence and quiet doubt. David Coverdale originally wrote it as a bluesy reflection, but the 1987 re-recording reframed it as a full-blown arena declaration. That version reached #1 in the US, propelled by a glossy video that reshaped the song's image entirely. The tension lies in that shift. Introspection turned into spectacle. Audiences embraced the empowerment, while the song slowly drifted away from its lonely core. Reinvention can bring success, but it can also leave your original self behind. 10. Pour Some Sugar on Me, Def Leppard. This track feels like adrenaline stretched into melody, engineered for mass release. Its contrast is subtle but powerful, playful innuendo masking years of struggle behind the scenes. Def Leppard recorded it after drummer Rick Allen lost his arm. During sessions that demanded patience and reinvention. Though never a #1 single, it became one of the defining sounds of Hysteria and a permanent fixture of stadium playlists. Over time, it symbolized survival disguised as celebration. Pour Some Sugar on Me reminds us that sometimes joy isn't accidental. It's carefully rebuilt from the wreckage. It's the final countdown! 11. The Final Countdown, Europe. The final countdown! Few songs announce themselves like The Final Countdown. It sounds less like a track and more like an event beginning. The tension sits in its irony. A song written almost as a joke becoming a career-defining moment. Joey Tempest originally composed the synth line as a warm-up exercise, never intending it to dominate arenas. Released in 1986, it hit #1 across Europe and became unavoidable worldwide. For the band, that success narrowed perception overnight. When one dramatic moment overshadows everything else you've built, even triumph can feel like a narrowing corridor. 12. Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses. Sweet Child of Mine begins with innocence, a riff born from Slash joking around during practice. What followed was a song that exposed a softer side of a band marketed as dangerous. Axl Rose wrote the lyrics about Aaron Everly, grounding chaos in genuine affection. It reached #1 in 1988, an unlikely outcome for a group still associated with grit and volatility. Over time, the song became a gateway anthem, sometimes clashing with the band's darker identity. It's proof that vulnerability can travel farther than menace, and sometimes follow you longer than you intended. 13. Livin' on a Prayer, Bon Jovi. This song feels like grit wrapped in optimism, built on the idea that survival itself is heroic. John Bon Jovi initially disliked the talkbox hook, nearly shelving the track before Richie Sambora convinced him otherwise. That decision mattered. Released in 1986, it climbed to #1 and became inseparable from the band's image. The tension is clear. A narrative about scraping by turned into a sing-along for millions. Bon Jovi spent years chasing that balance again. When hope becomes your brand, people expect you to keep delivering it, no matter what your own life looks like. 14. Separate Ways, Worlds Apart, Journey. There's a quiet desperation under the sheen of Separate Ways, like strength built from emotional fallout. Written during internal fractures and Steve Perry's painful breakup, the song channels isolation into resolve. Released in 1983, it reached #8, amplified by an iconic video that later became both beloved and mocked. The contrast between stoic lyrics and dramatic presentation mirrors the band's own strain. Fans heard empowerment, the band felt pressure. Separate Ways captures that moment, when professionalism keeps things moving forward, even as personal connections begin to drift apart.
Was the summer of 69.
15. Summer of 69, Bryan Adams.
Me and some guys from school.
Summer of 69 sounds like nostalgia on first listen, but it's really about loss disguised as memory. Bryan Adams has long explained that the song isn't literal. It's about the fleeting nature of youthful freedom. Released in 1985, it became his breakthrough hit, locking him into a timeless moment listeners wanted to relive. The tension comes from that permanence, a song about moments passing becoming permanently fixed. Crowds still shout every word.
And if I had the choice, yeah.
Some songs don't age because they never belong to one year. They belong to a feeling people keep chasing. Arena rock didn't just give the 1980s its volume, it gave it shared emotional language. These songs survived because they carried more than hooks. They carried expectation, memory, and identity. For the artists, that kind of success could feel like standing inside your own echo, hearing the same moment reflected back forever. For listeners, though, these tracks remain milestones, proof that sound can hold entire chapters of life. Which of these songs still feels personal to you, no matter how many times you've heard it? I'd love to read your story. And if you enjoy slowing down to really examine why music lasts, you're always welcome to subscribe and stay for the next deep dive.